What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful evening. How you doing, El?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, thanks. Good to see your smiling face back on the stream.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
How is life of all the shows been the last little while for you?
It's been good. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a while.
I know. Man, yeah. Um, Reefapalooza, California was good. Then Aquashella, New Jersey was local, so I had a chance to check that out. So
Hmm,
both were good shows.
nice. I still haven't done
Interesting.
Aquashella. How is it?
It was good. It
No?
was mostly freshwater,
Mm-hmm.
but there were a lot of people there. It was a well-attended show. It was in New Jersey. It was 85, 90% fresh to salt. Had a decent saltwater section akin to what you would see at a small show, but it was still a good show. A lot of people. The line was long. A lot of energy there. Just different. It was a more of a fun festival, but it was good.
Nice.
It was
Huh,
good.
that's awesome.
I've always said if Aquashella was local, I'd love to check it out. And since it was local to me in New Jersey, it was a chance to check it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
What's the ratio of salt to fresh there, roughly?
90-10.
Oh wow, so it's a big extreme.
90-10.
Yeah.
I didn't even say I expected to see more reptiles, and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, didn't see as much reptiles, but it was 90-10
Yeah.
easy.
Nice. I have dart frogs and other stuff, so I'm always like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. And I was in planted tanks like way back when, before my saltwater days. So one day I'll check it out.
V- Saw
Jeez.
a lot of the people, because a lot of the companies have both. You see a lot of brands that we know in salt,
Mm-hmm.
have they have coverage in both.
Yeah.
So it was good. So a lot of people who we see at the Reefapalooza and some of the local shows, it was good.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a different. There was music. There
Mm-hmm.
was a stage. Um,
Sounds
yeah, it
fun.
was a lot of people. But it
Did,
was good.
did
It
you
was
get
a good
any
show.
new toys or corals or anything?
I did not, but I did see. I don't remember if I sent you this, but I did see. Um, okay, are we ready to dive in? Are we past the introductions? Are we ready to dive in?
We can dive in anything.
Um,
Bring it on.
we can dive in.
Yeah.
So, I think you remember the spin stream.
Yes.
All right.
Cool
So,
concept, and then kind of I think they went bankrupt or something and never fully came to fruition.
right. So, guys, I am doing this from memory, so don't quote. So I'm paraphrasing. So Lamont, the testing company, right,
Yep.
is who make the technology behind the Aquaspin. I think API does the Aquaspin, but it's their technology. Lamont is the testing company. I know Greg Carroll and a lot of those guys on the West Coast use Lamont even for their alcohol. We all have tests that we absolutely trust. So I think Greg uses Lamont as his like go-to alkalinity test. So Lamont is a good, well-respected testing company. So they bought the technology for the spin stream,
Nice.
and they have it's called the Pulse, Lamont Pulse. Um, doesn't test as many parameters as the spin stream when it
Mm-hmm.
was out. But they said they're working on it and they're testing it.
Nice.
So it was really interesting.
That's promising. I mean, honestly, we don't need every single parameter, but if you got all the core ones in there, that could be pretty cool. Because that was like if you look at the price of like all the reagents and everything, you get over time, it wasn't actually bad, whatever they were proposing for it.
The spin stream was, I think, 30 or $40 a month,
Yeah.
and it tests alkalinity, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and a few others.
Did it have nitrates and phosphates as part of it?
I think nitrates and phosphates and
It's a pretty
nitrite.
solid mix. Yeah.
I know.
I don't really care about nitrite. Potassium would definitely be nice to have. Nitrate phosphate. Yeah, if I had all those, I mean, that'd be pretty sweet. Be a good play if they did.
I've I've heard that we reefers should be taking potassium more seriously because it's not a trace element. It's about the same concentration as
The major
calcium in
element. Yeah.
seawater. Yeah. So, but that was really good. Interesting that they launched at Aquashella, but they were there, and I think they say they're going to be making the rounds at some of the other shows. So we
Nice.
expect them to see. I think they're at Reef Stock. I think they mentioned they were going to be at Reef Stock that happened last weekend in Vegas, and I think they say they're going to check out one of the California shows. So
Hmm, nice.
um, yeah, that was interesting to see there. Um, yeah,
That's pretty cool. I like it.
I know. It was interesting. I'm really excited for it if it tests the same parameters as the spin stream.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. So hopefully, if they're launching it there, I wonder if they'll have a freshwater version as well. Probably. I would assume it makes
I know.
sense if you're going through all the effort, right? It's probably just
Yep.
slightly different reagent blends in your disc, and then you're good.
Yep. It is a bigger, I don't know if this is gonna we've tried this before. It is a much bigger, and I'll post this after the show. I'll post this after the show. So this is what it looks like. It's much bigger. I think that's about the size of an MP40,
I was
I
gonna
would
say it
say.
looks like an MP40 or MP60
Yes.
dry side.
It, yes, that
That's the
you know
first thing
what,
I thought
Dev?
when you held it up.
If if you think about the dimensions of an MP40,
Yeah.
both the wet side and dry side, I think it's comparable.
Okay.
That you drew perfect comparison.
Nice. Good to know.
Yeah. Yep. So that's it. The inside spins. Let me see if I can find a video. The inside spins. Oh, actually, it looks here. It looks like it's an MP40 pushing water,
It
but
does.
that's a different power head. Um, there is, yeah, but it definitely, yeah, it is definitely spinning. Taking a test. Um, I don't know if I can share, but they did mention like they're working on some things. I don't wasn't allowed to film that when they gave
Hmm.
me some insider info, so I don't know how much, but I know they're working on some other things with it. They have a new team at Lamont, so I'm excited for that. I'd be excited for that to come.
It's promising. I like it.
It is. It is. It is. It is. So yeah, really excited.
No, very, very cool. Um, that's right, Alyssa. Oh, so
Alyssa.
speaking of that, I was laughing. Alyssa's like, "Oh, sorry, I was just feeding my fish." I was like, "Don't you have a fancy frozen food feeder?" By the way, shout out Alyssa. Thank you for swapping me and trading me for
SB
your
box.
bonus one.
Yes. I think we all got our hands on one.
Uh,
This is the
yours is
box.
running, right? I haven't installed mine yet,
Yes,
shamelessly, but
yes, mine is running. This is the empty box.
okay.
Um,
Mine's still full. Shout out to Alyssa. Thank you for doing a trade with me.
so then I got I got the extras. So you should definitely get extras.
They're out of
Um,
stock.
I am not. If you want an extra one, I can just throw one in the mail for you because I got this. I don't know if I have space in the fridge for the 3-pack, but if you're
Oh,
really interested if you want one,
or two.
I have
I can
4.
bribe you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jared, how do they work? I actually had the guy that invented them or came up with it on the stream a couple weeks ago. Shall they go
yeah,
watch? But
yeah.
essentially, you take your frozen food and you mix it with salt water, and it basically is a tiny freezer, but salt water doesn't freeze, so it keeps it at the just below point to kind of keep her fresh for I think it's around 21-ish days, so 3 weeks ish, and then you could do your cube a day minimum dose of it.
So I saw this last year. Last year, as in 2024, Reefapalooza was not interested in until I saw that BRS video where Thomas, I think it's Thomas or someone from the product team, mentioned that you can use it with Reef Nutrition. So I
Yeah,
am not using it to feed. Put my oyster fees, my Reef Nutrition, Fido. That's what I'm using. I don't have frozen because I have the plank.
do you know what's
You
funny?
can't see it there.
I'm really excited about using it for Reef Nutrition. I actually have some in the mail right now, because I ran out, and I'm gonna mix frozen with some like the oyster eggs and like the Arctic pods and whatnot. It'll be like the sweetest blend because then you got your big chunky stuff plus all your little bits for the coral and the other fish.
Yep.
So I'm super
It's
stoked for that.
interesting. At Reefapalooza, they were right around the corner from each other, and it's interesting when people were asking. And I think towards the end of the video, towards the end of the show, they spoke to each other. I think they shot a video together, but that's the reason I
That
didn't.
video was what sold me on it when I was watching. I was like, oh, Chad's stuff's in there, and he's like, watch. I was like,
Yeah,
that is brilliant. Yeah,
yes,
that
that's
pushed me
what
over
I'm
the
using
edge.
it for. That's what I'm using it for. I have not put any um food, and it's just my Reef Nutrition. And I've been trying the different blends.
Hmm.
I have been trying the different blends. Um, so not quite sure what I'm going to end up with. I do have all the Reef Nutrition foods. I've been doing the oyster feed. I use Fido in
Yeah.
everything I do. I'm just trying to mess
Wise.
with the different Reef Nutrition. I haven't found there's nothing to report because there's not one I like about versus the other.
Hmm.
I did have some Anthias, and using, I think it helped them acclimate to the tank because it was just putting out that food that everyone, um, I like it. Really a big fan of it
Nice.
so far. Yep, only Reef Nutrition food. So it's sort of, to me, the products go hand in hand.
No, that's perfect. I like it. Yeah, that is totally what sold me.
Love it.
Any other new toys in your world lately?
Um, no. Um, I also think you had Roger on, so kudos to
Hmm.
that. But the Orca, really excited for the Orca.
That does look pretty cool.
Um, yes, really, really excited for the Orca. Um, I Man, I gotta really excited for the Orca. And I think you got more by having Roger on. I think you got more than I did. I got a demo, but the app was in German, so I'm really excited for that. Um, I
Yes.
You can't see it here, but oh, my newest toy is the Panta Surge.
Ooh, interesting.
So that is, I think you've
Is
heard of
that
it.
like the
It
wave
is.
box equivalent?
Mhm.
Because Toonsy quit
So
making the wave box. So they're like, okay, we'll
yes,
step in.
yes.
Yeah.
I remember I was asking Roger about it at the show, and he's like, "Hey, if you want one, so and so has one in stock. I know they have one." So yes, they stopped making the wave box.
Yeah.
Um, I so the I don't. I think it's different because I think the wave to create displacement for the wave. I don't think that running my Panther. I have an ECM 63, and this is a 4 foot tank, 40 by 30. I can only get to about 30% because the ECM 63, and let me verify this, Devin.
I'm looking it up right now too.
This is the Pantaray ECM 63.
Dude, that's like a crazy expensive power head if that's what it's in it.
Let's
I
not
mean
talk about
that's like
that.
almost free.
Let me see how many. It goes 13,000 gallons per hour. So it
So you run it at like 3%.
30% max before it. Um, but with the with the box, because it's pushing the water up, is in reverse. I can run it at 100%, which I couldn't do before,
Hmm.
and then I can run it at 100%. It's just a little noisy, which I'm trying to play with it to get it to you know to dampen the noise. But at 100%, I don't think I need any other power heads. But at about 60-70%, I still have my MP 60 on the
Hmm.
peninsula side of the tank. But I think if you can run this thing at 100%, I don't think you need any. Um,
Anything else?
yeah. Oh, why do you buy flow devices for 1,000 gallon system? You know what?
In case he ever upgrades.
I gotta say, this is my forever pump.
You can use it with any tank you ever upgrade to.
This will be my forever thing.
Yeah.
Forever, forever, forever.
Have you ever do you use any Toonsy power heads at all?
Um, at the moment, no. Um, no. Bunch of tons 6095 sit in the box, but
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
I don't have any of the new Eco. I think I'm waiting for the Orca.
Yeah, the Orchid does look pretty cool.
Yeah. Victoria. Did we meet at I meet so many people. Nice to meet you, Victoria. Um, yeah, I love Reefapalooza. That is
Yeah.
where my heart is.
It is good times.
Ball in that thing is pricey.
So cheap.
I am going
Almost
to
free
be
for 'em.
using that forever. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my,
So when I had Roger on, he was like selling me on like how far and their power heads could go. So I'm gonna try one of the bigger ones to try and see how well it works at the far to peninsula style, like the very far end.
I was going to get one of the power heads, and then Roger told me, he's like, "Hey, you should wait until the Orca comes out because you can use one wire and it's a little bit more integrated." So he convinced me
Fair enough.
to wait.
Fair enough.
Yep.
All right. Well, I didn't wait, so we'll
So
see.
I'll wait. I'm gonna wait because then you can just use it integrated.
No, that's fair. That is a pretty cool feature. It is cool that you can tone it down based on the angle. So if you're like down the long end of the tank, we're getting 100%. You start pointing at corals, maybe you only want it 30%. So that's pretty cool.
The cool thing with the Surge is it's in the corner, but you can't see it because it's a box.
Is it
I
loud or is
know
it quiet?
it is. The one, if someone asks me what is the thing, so love the Pantaray for the flow, the price, what it delivers, perfect. If someone asks me what the one thing you asked me couldn't be improved, I think it could be the sound dampening. And frankly, this is V1 of the wave box, so I'm sure there's going to be iterations. So what I am playing with, when I say I'm playing with it, because it's a wave box and it attaches to the side of your tank directly, and the pump is sitting in it, there's not enough sound dampening in my opinion. So I'm playing with. I've used so many tonsy pieces of equipment where I have those little things with the grommets.
Yep.
So I'm playing with using those to attach it to the tank wall to kind of dampen some of the sound.
Is it pump resonance or is it like water noise?
It's pump resonance
Yeah.
because there's not enough. Yeah. Even when I use the Pantaray, when you ran it high, when I was testing running it high, I don't think it could do a better job of dampening.
Okay.
That's the one. Yeah. That I think is the one thing with the
makes sense.
With the Pantaray.
But flow wise, like it goes pretty well in the tank. So does
Pretty
it release
well.
water at the top or is it somewhere like mid tower? Or how does it work?
Oh, it has at the top. So you get a length. I got the 18 inches. I think both so the Surge, both West Coast and I got it. West Coast I think got the 22 inches. I got the 18 inches because I wanted some play up and down. So I put it close to the water surface. So the water and I have my top releases the water in two areas. It's not just a frontal release, it's sort of left and right.
Yeah.
90 degree. And then at the bottom it goes to the back of the tank. So I chose it releases on one section in the bottom, which I do 100% in reverse. It moved my sand, it create new dunes.
Yeah.
The tank was cloudy for days. You're doing 100% in reverse. And then
solid.
Yes, love it.
Nice.
I do love it. And because it's a box and you peninsula, you put it in the back, it's again, you can see it. It's well hidden.
It's not overly noticeable.
It's not noticeable at all.
Yeah. Is it in the back corner?
It is in the back left corner. And the reason I even just turned around and noticed it is because it's new and there's no coralline algae on it yet.
Fair enough. It's so shiny.
Yeah. Yeah. I know when I was talking to West Coast about it, because we just share we both got it at the same time. He mentioned that he might think about gluing corals to it.
Blended in more. Now, is it literally a power head inside of a box or is there more to it than that?
It's yes.
Okay. Could you
the power head inverted in a box,
vertically in a box?
Vertically in a box, yes.
And
I think the power, the guts, the heart of it is the Pantaray, really Pantaray tech.
Then is there like any like baffling and stuff at the top so it doesn't like shoot out the top of your tank? Like there's got to be something like that in there.
What do you mean baffling? Sorry.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the depth, right? But if you're shooting water straight up in the air, is it just overflowing out, or is there something to like break up the flow and redirect?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. It's a much more involved than that.
Okay.
It is. There's like honeycomb. Yes, I'm being. See, I'm not as technical as you, so that I probably. Now that you're saying that, yes, there is a lot of probably engineering and design going to when it comes up and it's coming through like the gates are angled because I do see that. So when it's angled, it comes, and then it's if you Google I'm gonna Google. If you Google Panta Surge,
Yep.
Pantarai Surge, you can see that there's different boxes with the honeycomb unit. Um, West Coast Reefer. West Coast has a yeah, perfect. I'm gonna put it in the chat here. West Coast has an Instagram video
Okay.
from a couple weeks ago where 2 weeks ago. You can see the top has a honeycomb triangle.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, there's some engineering that go because the water doesn't go straight up. Yes, Dev. It actually goes. Yep. Actually pushes it to the front. So yes, there's some engineering that goes on there.
Okay. That makes sense. Let's try. That'll work. Ah,
Oh, you gotta sign it.
man, it won't
maybe take a
capture the
maybe
video. What is this?
no.
This
Maybe take a screenshot and show the
is-
video,
yeah,
or yeah.
silly Instagram.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll screenshot it. It's funny that it did that because I'm not signed into the browser, but it still plays fine for me. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, so it is like a honeycomby little pyramid at the
Yes.
top. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they're angled. Okay, I kind of get what you're saying then.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That was pretty cool. Dun
Big
dun
fan.
dun. Caleb, what you got? I have a rimless 10-gallon cubish tank and a standard 20-gallon tall. I want Xenia, Yashagobi pistol in the 10, mixed reef in the 20 with a pair of clowns. Which one would you set up first? That's personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah.
I like the. I like. I really like what he's saying with the 10-gallon cubish.
Mm-hmm.
With Xenia, Yashagobi Care, and pistol. I kind of like that.
I've always wanted to do a Xenia only tank, just super
So hard.
simple, but so much pulsing and movement. One day,
You
that's like
you know what
perfect for
I've
an office
realized?
tank.
You know what I've realized when I was younger
Mm-hmm.
reefing, it was no problem growing Xenia. Now I cannot grow it if I want to. Do you find that?
I haven't tried because I've always been afraid of it taking over my mixed reef tanks. I've just never tried. But when I've seen other tanks, I always like it. I'm always like, oh, I just love watching the ones that pulsing movement. Like it's just so cool to watch.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
I know.
Um,
One day.
how's your office tank doing?
Not bad actually. The Ghanies are plunking away. I have some new Ghanies coming in the future one day. I kind of got in on some at an order that's taking out in Buddy's tank, so eventually I'll get him to ship some my way.
Yeah, I really need to now. I just need to mount the stuff in my office tank. It had a bunch of bubble algae,
Oh, I
and
have
I
the same
went
problem in
to
mine. My office one, like work office.
yes.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's because we have animals in our other tanks that eat bubble algae, but this one it just got nuts.
same.
Got two emerald crabs last week.
Yeah,
Put them in, acclimated them, put them in. Um, 80% of it is gone a week later. Immediately when I dropped him in, I saw him go for the bubble algae and started eating
nice.
it. So
Yeah,
about 80% of it is gone. Even in places, it was all on the back of the algae scraper. And even though the algae scraper is like in the top of the tank, I don't think you can get to it.
yeah.
It's
Huh, that's impressive. Yeah, no, it's been on my to-do list to pick up an emerald for a while just to start plunking away at it.
pick up a couple. I think
Yeah,
one, if one doesn't get it, the other one will. So I know I saw one eating almost immediately. So yeah,
tag team it. No, I like it.
yeah.
It's good. I've kind of been holding off on doing too much just because I might have to move all my tanks and it's gonna suck. But
Victoria is making fun of me with the light. So
I
I
know
have
that made me
the
laugh.
Elgato light, and I've been. I was messing with it before the stream and couldn't get it to work, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of it, it's app, and all of a sudden it just came on. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Yeah, I have the other ones too. One of them's working with my app, and the other one's being flaky, so I got to manually turn on and off. The struggles.
Palmetto coral is battling dinos. Fish have been dying. Not sure if this is related. I've blacked out my tank. It's slightly reduced.
Some dinos
Um,
are toxic, so that is possible. Um, the tricky thing with dinos is you essentially need a microscope to find out what type it is to know how to beat it. Because some of them you can beat with just UV. Some of them you kind of want to outcompete with like diatoms. So it kind of depends which strain you have. So it's hard to generic say how to fight it unless you know what type it is.
I I don't know if I've always gotten lucky with the one I get, but UV,
Mm.
putting a UV in and plumbing it in the tank itself. But I've always gotten the strain, Dev, that seems to go away at night and then reappear in the morning,
Those are the
which
ones
I
that
think,
UV can fight.
yes. So I always just put the pump for the UV in the display. And for nano tanks, I sometimes go for the green killing machine. It doesn't have to be a
Hmm.
crazy expensive one. The green killing machine for like a Lagoon 25, the small
Yeah.
green killing machine, is actually really works well.
Yeah. I mean, anything. Like, I know back in the day, I literally just had like a little CJ pump on one hanging off the side of the tank and just recirculating in the tank, and that was enough to take it out if you had the photosynthetic one.
Hmm.
The caveat on
Yeah,
that
I've
side.
never had the other. I've never had the other type. It's always been the one um, that UV just taken care of. So I've been lucky.
Mm. This is good.
Mhm.
Yeah. The one that starts with an A, no, I'm mind blanking on it.
I know Fisher Hex because I've seen him do this before, where he had a kit where you go in and you siphon it into a
Mm-hmm.
sock. Like you would siphon it from the display into the sump, and you would capture most of it with a sock. I've also heard people say, even if it's not the one that the UV catches, if you go in at night with a turkey baster and blow it up, the UV will catch it and sterilize it. So I've heard people say that. I haven't had to go that far because mine has worked.
I also tried like the UV sandbed sweeper on it too. The is that baby?
UV sandbed
Yeah, it's
sneaker.
like UV with like a little 3D printed thing. You go over your sandbed with it. Let me see if I have it. One sec.
Wow.
I'll have to find it later. But anyways, basically like a UV on a stick. Ah. So UV bulb, the little shield, and you can like target your sandbed with it.
Oh,
Yep. Yep. 3D reefing. Yeah, I thought it was a clever little way to do it. So you could target, kill it.
oh
Yeah,
man.
you did a good job.
Um,
It's clever.
there's another question here that's interesting by John. He said his salinity keeps rising even after a water change. 1.026. It goes to 1.02728. His ATO is working with RODI. What else can cause continual evaluation?
Dosing.
Um, two part. Yeah, are you dosing two part? Because calcium chloride, like that's all salt. Magnesium chloride. If the two part, if you're using the bulk two part, any two part, you're really adding salt.
Yep. Sorry, just spilled on my desk. It's cleaning up. Yes, exactly. If you're, especially if you're dosing a lot of it.
Yeah,
All for
he
reef
said he's
dosing.
dosing Alpha Reef. Does Alpha Reef?
I don't think it affects the salinity much. At least I haven't noticed it to.
I don't think it does. Yeah, it. I don't think it does. No.
Yep.
Are you making your own ROD? Or are you buying it from the fish store?
I make it. Oh wait.
No, no,
For
no. I'm talking about it, John.
oh oh fair. It's like it is way too
Yes.
much work to haul buckets of water to buy it. I did that in my first few years, but it got old after a while. And then an RODI was a very worthy investment.
I think a lot of people do that.
I just went to
Yeah.
those like machines where you pop in like $1 or $2 and they just fill up a bucket. I used to take a 5-gallon bucket and just fill it up.
Yeah.
The dosing
Yeah.
of iron can help. I'm not sure on that one. That's interesting. But yeah, usually salinity is, from your ATO not ATOing raising, or if it's from what you're dosing to the tank. Or what could happen is if your skimmer is taken out, if you're skimming really wet, although that will
That would
usually
reduce it.
decrease it. Yeah, that'll
Reduce it.
reduce it, not
Yeah.
up
Now,
it.
are you, when you're filling up the tank from a water change, overfilling it so it takes a good evaporation for before the ATO kicks on? Because if you're overfill the tank after a water change,
Mhm.
and it takes a day or 2 or 3 for the evaporation to come down, that's also raising your salinity.
Yep. Very true. Good call.
Mhm. Because if I over mix my salt, what I'll do, I'll just water change less and just have the top off, just
Fill in the gap.
add a little extra salt. Yep.
It's a good way to do it. I just keep water changing. I'll just water change a little bit more and let the RODI keep filling it until it balances out, and then
Here's an interesting question. He said he's buying it from the store, saltwater too. So I just wonder,
unless they're
and
higher than
these,
normal.
yes, they're higher than normal, or something as simple as maybe you're not rinsing the container properly when you go buy fresh water, or when they're refilling it, like something's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it before, not going to name any names because I've seen it. It's not my LFS, just saying it, where it comes from the same hose. When you go to the store, you're buying salt and fresh, comes from the same hose. Now, because it's coming from like 10 feet a run, you kind of have to purge the line. So if you come and you say you want RODI, someone has to purge the line for a few seconds, because that 10-foot run,
Getting salty
there is a
top off.
switch where they switch. Yep.
Hmm.
There's a switch where they're like, I'm gonna go change the tank, change the switch. There's a valve where you change, like, okay, I want ROD, here I want salt, but there's still salt water in the line, right? So someone
Mm-hmm.
needs to purge it. So yeah,
Alyssa, the store was selling me 56 TDS RDI. Yeah, that's a bit of a lie on the DI part. That's just like R only. They may be lacking the DI step there.
yeah, hmm
Oh, geez, that's high.
yeah. Double check the store water. He's right. Double check the salinity of the store water before you change it.
Yep, no, 100% on that one.
hmm Why if it won't let me have an RODI machine in the washroom, that keep working on it? Yeah, my RO. So the thing that I've realized is RO is only 0 TDS at the moment you get it, because once you leave it open and a speck of dust falls in it, it's no longer. It has an electrical charge. It's no
Mm-hmm.
longer 0 TDS. So if you put it in a container
Yeah, I can
that
suck stuff out of the
isn't
bin, and
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, it is not zero anymore. So if you're getting salt water from the store, then bringing it home in a container, then pouring it out in another container, then testing the TDS, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring like a glass of water type of thing and fill it up and test it right in the spot if you want to double
Yep.
check it.
Get a portable test. Yep. Can I take a bite of pizza? Is that okay, Dev? I'm
It's
starving.
allowed. It's allowed.
You
Enjoy.
sure? You sure? I don't
Making me
know. This
hungry,
is
but yeah,
this is a
enjoy.
very this is a proper stream. We have to be on our best behavior.
You need energy to keep on going. It's legit. Better be good pizza. It's in New York. They have high pizza
Mhm.
standards there.
This is not that. This is homemade DiGiorno.
Ah,
I'm just hungry. So
that's fair.
sorry.
Gotta do what you gotta do. The rule I've implied is around the test to this time. Test minimum twice before making a change. Yeah, that's also true. Always spot check stuff too, right? Like make sure your meter's calibrated. There's lots of little things that come into play.
I though I agree with that, Jay, to a point. Because to me, there is a device I need to be able to. I do not like taking like a Hannah checker, and then there's like, oh, it doesn't line up to my Trident, it doesn't line up to my KH Care, it doesn't line up to my AquaWiz. I don't think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them trending in the same direction. As long as they're trending properly, I'm okay with that.
Yep.
If I don't trust the device, it's coming off my system. So that's the point. So at some point, I think I have to trust something. Like I'm not gonna get an ICP test. I tried an ICP test and then like, no, I don't think it's accurate because I'm not. No, if I didn't trust it, then I would not use it. So I think yes, I agree. You can double check and be sure, but at some point, you have to trust a company or a brand. Of course, there's always room for mistakes, but at some point, I feel like I'll drive myself mad with indecision if I keep questioning everything because a number doesn't line up with what I'm looking for. So there's
That's
something I
fair.
have to trust. There's brands I have to trust. There is testers I have to trust. There's people you have to trust. And again, I'm willing, if something happens, I'm willing to kind of bite the bullet on that, but you got to trust something. Yes, double check some things and use your like if I test my alkalinity now and it says it's 15, like of course then my Hannah checker, yeah, I'm not gonna believe that, and but because that just seemed wild.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Crazy.
hmm
Oh,
yeah,
well, that doesn't help my cause. This is just for fun since O does SEO type stuff. Just for fun on my last video, I just because we're talking about testing, like I basically just changed my calcium reactor and I had to like retweak it again and stuff on the tank. When I did
hmm
that video, just for fun, I tried making 3 different titles and 3 different thumbnails just to see, try out that at A/B testing, and now they're all like 33%. They're all within like 0.5% of each other. So I was like, guess it doesn't matter.
try your face. Try your face. I
Next
think
time.
your face almost always wins.
But yeah, I know I just laugh because it's like
Yes,
the ABC testing, every one is if there's a bigger slant at first. Now it's 33.5,
and then it
33.4, and
evens out.
33.
Yep,
I was like, it's
yep,
basically a wash.
yep. Next time, put your face. Put your face with like.
I hate doing all the stupid faces though.
I know. Oh yeah, yeah. But it
I
works.
know, and
People
that's the
no
problem.
test it. Yeah, I
That's
know.
the problem.
I know. You
Sometimes I do it, but sometimes I feel like,
what I hate. Sometimes I watch. You know, you have kids. My kids are older than yours. They're watching YouTube videos. The guys are like, "Yeah, let's do this today. Let's smash that like." And like, I haven't even watched the video yet. You're asking me to smash the like button the first 10 seconds of the
I
video.
know.
You haven't shown me it, and they go so
How do I know I
overhyped.
like you
Like,
first?
smash that like button, dude.
I know. Sadly, it works, but at the same time, I was like, no, it's too much. It's too like over the top.
It is.
Yep. Uh,
Um. Oh, there's a good one by MSTG Killer. What are your top recommendations for a calcium reactor, excluding Geo? Geo was the worst experience I've had.
well, there goes
Okay,
my top recommendation. Um,
I I am gonna leave Geo in the top recommendation. I understand you don't like them, but I'm still gonna say them. Reef Octopus. I think the only
Reef Octopus
if you
probably
want
my
top of the
second.
line,
Mhm.
yeah, Reef Octopus and Geo. Um,
If you
I
want
still
bang
use my
for buck,
Vertex.
yeah, if you want bang for buck, the Aqua Ready ones actually look decent because they're pretty good priced. Um, but I really like my custom Geo one. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's pretty awesome. Vertex was good too. It was like a little more overly complicated than it needed to be, but it worked. I haven't used Reef Octopus, but I have a buddy that has one, and you know, it looks solid design. And bang for buck, I think the Aqua Ready is pretty solid. So
Reef Octopus I have. I love the fact that it's screw top. It's what Greg uses. I actually have one I'm trying to get rid of, not like a dual chamber because I
mhm.
won't need it. Um, so the Aqua Ready, you know, it's the formerly Aquamax.
Yep.
And that, in my opinion, it had one big flaw that I hated.
What was it?
The pump was hanging off the side
Yeah.
and it was just using like an O-ring to keep
Oh, the
the
cover?
pump on. Yes. So they corrected that, in my opinion. In fact, it was funny. This in Orlando this year, I was standing next to Jay and Cade
Mhm.
and took it apart, thinking, and then I was there sweating
Was
bullets
that the
because
filter roller?
no, that was the calcium reactor. I took it
Interesting.
apart and then was sitting there sweating bullets, trying to put it back together, hoping Jay and Cade didn't see me.
You're
But
funny.
they did. I think it's a good unit. It's silent. It's a good value for money.
Mhm.
I think so. And again, the one flaw that I think it had, which is the pump connecting to the head, they've totally solved that. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm looking now. I was looking at it the other
hmm
day, and they're just two like
Yep, they're
Just
using unions
unions.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Yep.
for the price, I think I would totally try one if I needed one.
Yeah, for the T2 at 269, you can't beat it.
Yeah, that's
They've
cheap for a
re
calcium
they've
reactor.
re they've redone that line, that Aqua Ready line. They've redone that Aqua Ready line.
Hmm.
hmm
Yeah, they basically took the Aquamax and then they improved on it, which is cool because I liked Aquamax before because it was really good bang for your buck stuff.
hmm Yeah, absolutely. And added some new things to the line. Now there's heaters, there's power filters. I like the power filter, the HOB power filter that has like a top that already, you know, I forgot what's the name of the filter where we used to modify it for refugium, but in that case, you
Yep.
had to do something. This one already has sort of a glass top, so if you want to modify, it already has a clear part of the lid is already clear. So
Hmm.
if you want to modify it for refugium, in fact, Aquaray, part of their product now, they have a hang on the back refugium. So their filter roller at I think it's even on sale now for $205. Like it doesn't get better than that when it comes to um so yeah, I do like the Aqua Ready brand.
Yeah. And it was really sad when I like their dosing containers, and I was sad when they went away. So I was happy to see Already come back, like the big cylindrical ones with a little valve at the bottom.
Oh, you know what? I have on your recommendation. I have four of those. I have two of the tall ones, two of the small ones.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I have a
Yeah.
bunch of them. I think they're great. Use them all the time. Um, Alyssa, still get lost calcium reactors. So it is a chamber full of media that basically just circulates water through it, and you eject CO2, which lowers
Melts
the
it.
pH, and that slowly melts it. And then you either push or suck tank water through it, and then as that's called your fluid, that drips it back into the tank, which is dosing your calcium and alkaline one, and magnesium as well if you had magnesium rocks. So it is that's in the simple terms, it's fairly easy. If you can peg your pH, and then you can just adjust your effluent flow, and then that's how you raise or lower your alkalinity slash calcium.
These days, Devin, with automatic testers, it is so
It's
easy
way
because
easier. Yeah.
I don't even have to. I don't even have to. Tyler, can you hand me that bag? Right, just drag this bag over here. Just drag that paper bag. Yep. Um, because so I have a carbon doser. This one is broken, and I'm trying to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But with a carbon doser, you just yeah, I don't even need to be as precise. You literally on my hydros, I just program it and say, hey, when my alkalinity is below 8.7,
Mm-hmm.
turn it on, and when it goes over 9, turn it off. And because the alco is tests every hour,
Yep.
yeah, it went
Oh.
before I had the Aquawiz and I was testing every 4 hours. I was a little bit more, trying to tune it as best
Mm-hmm.
as I could. But right now, I don't think I need to. Like the only thing you're worried about is, oh, I see the line.
Mine is literally like a solid flat line. I laugh because when last stream or a week or two ago when I was talking about it, so I was like, how do you get it so thing? Honestly, it's probably because of the carbon doser. It is so consistent. This little ticking. Once you get it dialed in, it just stays there.
Yeah, mine is not so because what I've decided to do is I want to max out Kalkwasser before I go it. So
Mm-hmm.
I sort of have some programming where if my alkalinity, it's they're both doing the same thing. So I don't run the calcium reactor at night. So at night it
Do you
doesn't run it,
stop
but
the flow through it, or do you stop the CO2 at night?
stop the CO2.
Okay.
So at night it doesn't run at all.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens night and day is if my alkalinity is less than 8.7, it'll pump Kalkwasser through the Kalkster. If it's
Mm-hmm.
over 9, it'll bypass it and pump fresh water when it needs top off.
Yep.
So that's all. So
Okay.
I just with those devices now, you don't need to be as precise. My only worry was like, can it really shift that much in an hour? Because the AquaWiz tests every hour, and I'm like, I don't think so. So I think with automatic testers, you don't need to be as precise these days.
Yeah, that's fair. And it makes it
Yeah,
real easy to adjust them too, right? It's really easy to
yeah,
tweak it watching your trends on stuff.
yeah. Amy said she'd love to hook up an AquaWiz. Yeah, I know, but no
Mm-hmm.
reagents.
That's a huge sell. I want another
I
one,
know.
but they're not cheap.
I still have. I loved getting the cage carriers
Mhm.
when Coral View was selling them cheap. I got a couple of them. Still love them. I think they're a little bit pain to calibrate, only because the front, you have to get used to pulling off the front cover, but they're easy to calibrate.
Yeah.
Works well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
got too much going on. You still don't have a hydros yet, right?
No, I haven't used one since they first came out.
Yeah. So my Aqua Wiz, just to show you my
I te-
Aqua Wiz.
I
Oh,
technically
you
have
can't
a
see that.
Hydros. I just haven't used it in ages. But it's like the
My
original one.
my Aqua Wiz is at 8.86 and my KH Care is at 9.01. So
Yeah.
that's a point 0.2 variance. Not a big deal in my book. You had the Hydros when you were still using the wireless bars.
Yes, that's why I'm tainted.
Yes. Yeah. I don't use those anymore.
I wouldn't either if I used it again.
Yeah. I literally have one device left plugged into one, and that is the MP60, but it's not being used. It's really,
Just a glorified power bar.
yeah. I am using it at work though. So at
Hmm.
work,
I mean, if it works, it's good. But yeah,
it,
the
it
newer ones
works.
are much better. It's just honestly the controller itself was fine. It was the power bars that would drop out and had that was the issues. It would
Yeah.
alarm in the middle
And
of the night, and my wife would be mad at me because my tank's screaming in the middle of the night over some alarm code. And
they were really bad at the time. And I don't plug anything mission critical in them.
nope.
I haven't had an issue with them in years, and if it's anything, it stays on, and nothing in it. Like my heater has a separate controller. The
Hmm.
return pump, I don't care if it stays on. The power head, I don't care if it stays on.
Yeah.
I am gonna change my office tank to an Apex because what I've done with the Hydros is create like a little, there's a timeout when you connect it to the corporate network. It doesn't stay on it forever. There is like a timeout. It
Yeah.
doesn't get the IP address for
Hmm.
your IT. I'm speaking your language. It stays. There's a guest network, and it's so. What I am going to do is I'm going to switch it to an Apex because of the Ethernet port.
So it's wired.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so because they don't want rogue wireless networks if you don't need to. So I'm going to switch to it for that reason. So
Hmm.
I I have my little war chest of but at home I use I'm going to try to show you my hydro sign.
Fancy
There you see.
schmancy.
Oh, you can't see it. Yeah,
I
you
can
can
kind
see
of see
my
it.
blue.
I can see
Yeah.
the blue.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep. My kids tank that uses an Apex, but
It's good to have options.
I love competition, don't you? I know people keep
No,
saying you love one brand or the other, but I love
it's good. It keeps both brands
competition.
innovating, right? If one end brand dominates, there's not as much motivation to keep doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
Or there's good competition. I mean, both companies are innovating, which is good for the reefers. So,
Yep. Oh, TBJ just crawlers just asked us that question.
yep.
I use both. So
I have,
Hydros is on my mace
yeah.
tank. Oh, I do have a Trident on this tank, so I have a mix of both. My kids tank, Apex.
I,
Office tank is going to be Apex.
yeah. I own all three. Apex is my main one I use though, because I like the interface and the controllability in it. I've also been using it the longest, but I find it really easy to do whatever crazy idea I come up with on it. Hydros, one day I'll give it another chance, but I'm a little bit tainted because the Wi-Fi power bars, the original ones, I just had lots of issues with them, so I haven't really used it since. But I do appreciate that they do make it fairly easy to do most all the normal things. I do appreciate that they do update it frequently, and then I also have a GHL, which I think is like built like a rock, but it's annoying to program.
Yep.
It's not as user
Um,
friendly.
the one feature that I do want from a Hydros is, and I saw that device Terrence was talking about, um, which I am a big fan of. Can't wait for that to get released. But I think Hydros needs. So if you leave your
Oh, the little
Apex,
screen that Terrence's company is making.
if you
That
leave
looks
your
cool. I want one.
yes, if you you can, if you have a browser, you can leave your Apex running and it'll update automatically. I don't think that happens with the Hydros. That's the one big difference. Someone asked me what's the difference. They both have devices. They both have this. They both have
Hmm.
accessories. That's the one big difference. You can probably use an old iPad,
Yep.
which is what I was using. I stuck it here in my little area, and then you can just glance at your devices. Um, Yeah.
Must got unplugged. Mine's almost dead. But yeah, I have my old iPad, my desk iPad.
Yeah.
For similar purposes.
Hmm.
It's all dusty.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't be out soon. I'll believe it when I see it. I withhold all judgment until it comes to fruition and is actually released.
I've learned to wait. So waiting.
Mm-hmm. What considerations do you take for pH probe placement? Getting an Apex Junior Red Sea Nano, was thinking to put it before the skimmer goes to avoid microbubbles. Yeah, overflow chamber is pretty good. Yeah, that's probably a good spot. You generally just want water flow past it, right? You don't want bubbles to build up on it. And if there's water flow, usually will take away any bubbles. So
I think, yeah, I just
pre-skimmer
wouldn't
makes
put it in.
sense.
Yeah, I just wouldn't put it in the same chamber as a skimmer, and you should be fine. I think if you put it in the chamber before your filtration, you're probably gonna have to clean it. But I think Devin is right here. I don't think about it. Most sumps these days have bubble traps, right?
Yep.
That trap, and yeah. I think you're fine. I think you'll be fine. Just don't put it in the skimmer chamber. Um, there was a question right above that, Dev, that I think I don't know if you're going to
The
go back.
ozone.
What do you think about dedicated ozone reactors versus injecting into your primary skimmer? You want to go first?
I would say if you have one, it is better because you're not putting the extra stress on your skimmer. I have never used one because I usually don't have the sump space. However, they will be much more efficient and you'll get more umph out of your ozone from using one. And they'd have, dedicated carbon in and out, blah, blah, blah. So it'll be safer and more effective. It is a good idea, but I've never personally used one.
I've never used an ozone reactor. I think space is always an issue for me, so I
Yeah.
always just inject it into the skimmer. So,
Mm.
and I don't use ozone continually. It's only at night. So,
Yeah, if you're running it
yeah,
24/7, it is a good idea. Same thing. I run mine from like 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. or something like that.
yeah. I do remember a few. I don't know. Maybe it's been a while now. Where I remember Than has the same ozone reactor I am, and he's running it at about the same level I'm running it. So I
The
was like,
Poseidon
geez,
200.
I'm using way too much ozone, because if Than is getting water clarity out of thousands of gallons by just running it for at 20%,
Is
and
using
here
a
I am
proper ozone
pushing.
reactor. We're using skimmers.
You know what? I think he's using a. You know what? I got to go back and watch the video. But I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, am I overdoing this thing? Because
What number do you run yours at?
probably, oh, now at the lowest setting, but well, I actually just mailed mine to be repaired. Funny enough, it wasn't working. The light wasn't even coming on. I know sometimes you have to replace the Corona
There's a
discharge
fuse
cell,
inside
but
too.
oh,
So it could just be a simple like 50-cent fuse. Should have asked.
I'm gonna make sure I didn't mail the package off yet. So you
If
and
you
I think
didn't, check the fuse.
we are going to chat.
Okay.
Let me see if I have the package. Then we'll chat tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
But yeah, so super easy fix on ozone. Just throwing this out there because I get asked this all the time for maintaining it. Like every 6 months to a year, sometime I'll like rinse it out with just an RODI and then just shoot some air through it to dry it out, just to rinse out if there's any if it's humid air feeding through it, it will build up nitric acid eventually.
Uh-huh.
And so I'll do that just to flush it out, just for like good measure. But it's more of an issue if you're in a very humid environment. If it's less humid, it's not as much of an issue. If you have an air dryer, that doesn't happen. I don't have an air dryer because they're like the price of like a oven, so I haven't bought one. But yeah, those are just considerations for like long-term maintenance on it.
I use the air dryer beads, and then I just bake them periodically. There's instructions how to bake them
I
to get
used
the
to do that.
moisture
I
out.
had to do it too often. I just got too lazy.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just don't bother. And it makes
No,
it
no,
less
no.
efficient. But I don't care if it's less efficient because I only run it like 3 or 4 out of 10 anyways. So I was like,
Yeah, I only bake the beads like a couple times. I only use. I don't use ozone. I see Elisa saying something about ORP. I don't know if ORP is a measure of cleanliness. Devin, I only use ozone. You see this fan here.
Mm-hmm.
So when I use a fan for cooling, if you can get that fishy smell,
Yeah.
so ozone eliminates that. So that's why I use ozone. I use ozone in the summer
Mm-hmm.
when I am using a fan for cooling because I do not want that. So especially when the water starts going off, I don't know if that's when something happens when like a now when the lights going down.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is, but that happens. So
Yeah.
my thing
Interesting.
that I do now is I only run ozone like in the summer because I'm using a fan for cooling and I do
Mm-hmm.
not want that fishy smell. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I don't even measure ORP. I don't care what the ORP is.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen any benefit to coral aminos, especially the one in bright wells? Okay, coral aminos. What I find is if you only feed pellets or dry food, I think there's benefits to amino acids. If you feed like mysis and frozen, I feel like they have a lot of natural aminos in it, and there's not as much of a benefit. I have some friends that like swear by it, and the coloration is better. But yeah, so if you're not feeding frozen, I think there's benefits. If you are feeding frozen, I kind of feel like you get a lot of it out of the frozen.
I have seen or heard from enough reefers and people I trust to say it does make a difference. I
Mm-hmm.
am lazy-ish, so I'm looking for something that um I think right now on the ledge of my tank, I have well, you can't see it, but I have a bottle of coral amino, which I want to make sure every day when I walk by the tank, do what I'm supposed to do. But I actually have coming soon like that NRG, the coral amino, the coral NRG, which is
Mm-hmm.
yellow like the Red Sea one, which you can put on a doser. Because I want to put something on a doser and be more consistent. And with people I know, I've
Like, give me
seen
some of
them
the
talk
dose.
enough about it where, yeah, I just want something to dose. I don't have to remember every day.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
that's fair. So,
yeah. I I have seen enough evidence and enough people have spoken to me where yes, they're beneficial, especially for SBS. I think worldwide, when they have corals that are not doing well, they put them in a tank and give them a ton of aminos, which they see as a
oh,
benefit.
side note, like when I had a Goni that wasn't opening, I basically like force fed it aminos and some reefroids, more or less, right? So there is scenarios where I'll use it, but I don't have it on a doser daily. I used to, I don't anymore. So, but I also feed frozen every single night. So that's why I feel like it's not as necessary with frozen. So
Yeah,
depends what you feed. If you're not getting aminos from any other source, then yes, it's probably beneficial.
yeah, yeah. Alisa did an organo ICP and her aminos are lower. Yeah, I don't even know how it measures that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Ooh,
I am a
super
I'm the
random.
type of guy where I test, and if it's not in the red zone,
So I always have higher nutrients in my tank. It's always like the struggle is to lower them for me. So I'm really curious because when I move my tank and go back, I'm going to take out all my sand and, minus I'll leave a little bit for the rest in a bucket that I won't clean, but the rest of it and totally flush it out and clean it. So it's like new sand again. And I say new sand because all sand is used. It's not like it's like they make it new, but clean sand.
hmm
And to see if that makes a difference on the tank, because it turns into essentially the long-term kitty litter of the tank. And there's all these areas that I just can't get to with the hose cleaner, right? I can probably get to 30% of it. The rest of it's under rocks and in caves and places the hoses doesn't reach without breaking all my coral. And I'm wondering if I'll have much lower nutrients after this. This is just my own like random thoughts.
um, when I had beer bottom, I battled nutrients less.
Yeah.
Versus I put sand in, I think it stabilized the tank more. I actually, to me now, I think I made a mistake adding sand.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I want to keep the wrasses, but I think you'll find that there is beer bottom keeps the tank. There's nowhere for things to sit there, and yeah,
Yep. Yeah. So I don't know, but sand will go back in because I like it better. But I still
hmm
think I bet you I'll see lower nutrients. That and it's gonna have like a massive water change when I do it. So at least like a 50% will be new water when I put it in the tub, and probably another half when I do it. So it'll be good for water change purposes.
John has another interesting questions. What equipment do you guys use to check salinity? For example, what solution do I use to calibrate my apex? So I use a refractometer, like a standard refractometer. I also have. I don't like the Hana checker. I
I
don't use
used
that
to. I
anymore.
don't use it anymore either.
I don't use it anymore. So I use a standard refractometer. I also have and I think you're looking for what I think you're looking for. I have the Tropic Marion glass refractometer.
That is my backup one that I have one, and I like it to like be the truth of all truths.
Hmm.
But my go-to these days is the Milwaukee one.
Oh yeah, I don't want to
Dude,
go back to that.
no, it's good because you calibrate it with RODI. You don't need a special solution, and it's big and it's hard to lose. As I say, as I can't find it, and so it is good. I lost those Hana pens constantly. I just leave them places, and I find you got to calibrate more often. I have two Hana pens because I kept
Oh, you
losing
have to
them.
calibrate it every time you use it.
I don't do that. I do it like once a month, but then I find them
No,
both and I calibrate them.
oh no. You have to you have to calibrate them too often. It was not worth it for me. That is the one Hana Checker product I was not in love with.
Hmm.
Well, that and the okay. Let me take that back. I think the Hana Checker calcium and the refractometer I wasn't a fan with.
I
Hey,
like the Milwaukee one now. It's my go-to.
when I was in California, and I'm gonna get it from Greg, and I'm gonna text it to you. I don't know if Greg's listening, but
Hmm.
when I was in California, Greg, and the people in SCMAS, they're a fan of a refractometer. Dev, it's a refractometer, the one that you look through, except it has way higher resolution.
Hmm.
So the salinity, you know how it'll have like point 0.1, it'll
Yeah,
go up by 1.025, 1.026. It has the resolution in between that.
interesting. That's cool.
Yes, yes. So it's really expensive, like $100+. But hey, Tyler, can I get some water, please? Um,
That's pretty
sorry,
cool though.
I'm a little parched. Yeah, I gotta get Greg to send it to me. Yeah.
Tropic Marin hydrometer. The hydrometer is like the truth for me because it doesn't need calibration, right? You just need still water to properly test it. Speaking of Chopper McRain, it's super sad news about Lou. Did you hear about that?
Wait, which one?
Lou from Tropic Marin?
Oh, I did. I heard the news.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking. He was such a good guy. That sucks.
I know. I know you knew him, right?
Oh yeah, I know he's been on the stream a ton of times too. He was a super good guy. So that was really
I know.
sad news to hear.
Sorry to hear. Yes, I know. I saw the BRS video. I also saw Ryan from Serious Reefs made a video. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he was an amazing guy and like awesome for the hobby. So that really sucks.
Mhm. Yep. Alisa said Hannah's good, just need calibration. Yeah. Hey, um,
Yeah, that's
what
right.
I
I
did
didn't
find
calibrate
is
every time, so that's partially on me. But
you you can when Hannah every now and again Hannah has the packets on sale. So in the past I've gotten like the 50 packet for like $10, $15, and I buy
mm,
it in bulk instead of paying $1 or whatever a packet. So every now and again Hannah will have Hannah instruments. The other thing about Hannah is, man, when they have the what do you call it? When they have the bottles on sale, please buy them, people. I keep checking Hannah's website, and I have had my friends and I, Paul and Woody, we put together and we'll buy
mm-hmm.
bottles. So I have way extra bottles, Dev, and
Which
I'll
one?
just have extra bottle. No,
Oh,
Hannah Checker vial.
oh
Sorry,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
should say vial. Yeah, I have a ton of Hannah Checker bottles. So we'll buy the 25 pack,
Wait,
and then
that's an
we'll just
option.
split it. Yeah, and when you buy the 25 pack, you get it with all the lids too, because sometimes you can buy the bottles and then you don't have the lids.
Oh, I bought a 2-pack.
You
That I usually lose the lids more than the bottles, but
Oh, you should. Oh, if you're well, you and I have a trade to do.
this
We
is
have some
true.
Red Dragon business
You still not
to.
okay?
So
Have you used this one now?
Dev,
The Milwaukee,
not for a while.
dude.
Not for a while.
It's great. This is my current go-to. Wait till it's on sale though, because it's not right now. I
Yeah.
just looked.
So Dev, if you need some bottles and caps, let me know.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Next time
let
we
me
do
know.
some
I
mailing,
do have. I
we'll
do.
arrange.
I do buy. I always have extra. Yeah, because I buy it in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
get like a
Wise.
25. Next time it's on sale, even if I see the Salinity pack on sale, I'll let you know because it goes on sale every now and again. And you just get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, they did used to be green. Now they're black. I never used the green version. I've only used the black one, but it's just accurate, and I calibrate with RO water, so it's super duper easy. As I'm filling my saltwater bin, I literally just like hold it under, let some RO fall on it, they calibrate, good to go.
I don't remember why I had a green one. I don't remember why I got rid of it. Someone talked me into it, but I remember every time I would calibrate zero, then I would put like the refractometer calibration. It would be perfect. I don't know what in somebody convinced me that I listen.
They convinced you that perfect wasn't good enough. You needed
Someone
imperfection
someone convinced me that hey, oh, why are you calibrating at zero? Because if it's off at zero, Dev,
because it
somebody
was
I don't
accurate when
remember
you
who.
test it, and
Oh,
you don't have to spend money on calibration
this
solution. It
is
was like
this
beautiful.
is this is one of the many mistakes I've made. I
I
got
have one, and
convinced.
I literally my LFS was like, oh yeah, I told him this is the best. He's like, order me one. I'm like, all right, so I got him one too.
Yeah, yeah, don't know. I don't have a great explanation.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah,
John. My SPS are slow growing. Is there a way to speed it up? Some are just slow. Elevated pH can definitely help them grow faster. Elevated phosphate can definitely slow down growth. So lower your phosphate and up your pH, and it will help grow faster. Some corals just grow slow though, and some, some of the fancier ones, like they'll just like puddle and do nothing for ages until they start to grow.
John Williams. Oh, I'm sorry. I think we're jumping around. Let me go up and see if we missed anything. H2 ocean refractometers are awful. Reef Casa frag box refractometer is really good. Yeah. Again, I just texted Greg, and when he gets back to me, Devin, I'll send it to you. But I
Okay.
know he I know he was telling me about the this refractometer that has the higher resolution.
Yeah, it's interesting that
Yeah.
it has like better resolution to the little people. That's handy actually.
Yeah. Hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. The John Williams, when you use the
Oh,
calibration solution for the Hannah, do you have to warm it up? I think I just put it in the tank for a few minutes.
is it D&D?
Probably.
Because I'm looking right now trying to find which one it is. And there was a comment somewhere. It goes, um, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we're only interested in 30 to 40 PPT. It's read from 0 to 40, which gives you 2.5 times high resolution 0 to 100 scale. I wonder if it's that one. H2
I
Ocean DD. Is that the same or no?
I
I don't
don't
know. Let me
know.
know when you find out.
I'm waiting for Greg. It says he's still typing. I'm waiting for him. Oh, it's a VG.
A VG.
VEG. Yeah, I'm
Never
putting it.
used it. VG refractometer. VG science.
Yeah,
Okay, you're on the same pages. Or no, slightly different. Handheld.
VG is the best. Seed Reef Keeper. Which one do we go? Refract.
The Salinity
Handheld
one,
bricks.
I'm assuming.
Handheld.
Sodium chloride refractometers. Huh. Super specific. Daily
Yeah,
plate.
yeah. I gotta go. So yeah, yeah. It's not cheap. It's like $160. But
Oof.
yeah. It is the the handheld Salinity. Yep, I remember. Yep. It's the green one.
Okay. Green
It
or
can use
teal
an
green?
out teal green.
Okay.
I put it
Oh, yeah. I
scale
see.
resolution 1 ppt.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
Um it is, yes. Yep. It was more expensive. It was less expensive. Man, the price god went up. It
Everything's
was
crazy these days.
I don't want to, yeah. It was a little bit cheaper. Jeez. Tariffs are killing us. John Green said, "Hey, oh, are you going to Lyra?" Hell yeah, hell yeah, heck yeah.
What is that?
I'm going to Lyra. It's the Long Island Reef
Mm,
Association. Their flag swap.
nice.
I think it's in 2 weeks. So am I going? Yes, we'll be there.
Yeah, on Amazon Canada, that thing is ridiculous. It's like
Yeah.
$400. No, thank you.
What? Ooh, it's
No,
$150 here.
damn.
You can tell the quality compared to others I've used. Yep.
I'm
Yep.
sticking to my Milwaukee one for now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That is, I can't. $150. Nah.
Crazy, crazy. It's good to know though. Good to know what the best one is.
All right, dedicated reefer. I will be there. Wherever you see the aquarium shop or the Marco Rocks booth, I'll be hanging out with those people. If I'm not there, I'm gonna be bothering Cat. Pooja Cat, wherever Cat is, I'll probably be bothering her. So Marco, the aquarium shop, and or bothering Pooja, Cat,
Doing the
Metro Cat.
rounds.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever check out the Mitras light bar or the ATI Flex? Which one would you choose? I have not looked at the Mitra light bar 3, but I have looked at the Flex and eyed it up. It's not the cheapest thing, but it looks pretty.
I know. I know. The Mitra's light bar. That's yeah.
It
I
doesn't
didn't
look
check
that
out the
much
Mitra's
different
light.
than normal light bars on that one.
Yeah. The ATI Flex, I
It looks
really,
pretty.
the ATI Flex, I really, really love it. I just think
It,
when Greg saw them last year, they said they're gonna bring it out and the price is gonna be competitive. I think that's what they told Greg. And unfortunately, that's the one thing I wish it was a little cheaper. It is $200 more than a Radion.
well, here's the other consideration too. If I was putting on my tank, I'd buy two of them and put them side by side down the peninsula. So it's like $3,000 US. I gotta go to Canadian money, and then it's another fortune. I was like,
So Devin, here is, and I know people say you compare it to the Radeon, but right now the Radeon is the highest price light, and I think whether you absolutely believe it or not, it's what the pros use. A Radeon is 220 watts for $1,000.
mm-hmm.
An ATI Flex is $1,200 for 165 watts. So it's more money for less watts. And I know, so people are going to say it has more coverage, it's a longer unit. If at these price lights, I think we're all assuming that you're going to be running an SPS,
So
mostly dominant tank, right?
So I was
And
looking at, just for comparison, if I was to do it like the 56-inch Flex G2, and that's like 1670 US, and I buy two of them, so it's over $3,000. So it'd be like 4,500. It wouldn't be
all
cheap.
right, hang on a second. Which one you say, the 153?
I think so. Whatever the longest one is.
No, 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 that's the wrong one. So let
Which one's
me.
longest?
So
Whatever
it's
one's
the
more expensive, be
150.
longer.
So
Yeah,
the
one.
153. What's the size in this? It's 37 inches. So it's 16. So think about. Here's what I'm thinking, everyone. Here is my thought process on it. So ATI Flex G2 153. That 153 is $1,600, and
50,
it is
56 inches. So what's that, 5 feet?
56.
Well, it says available in two sizes. It's confusing, this description. Yeah, 56 inches by 6 inches by
It's
0.6.
56 inches by 6 inches. And my thought process is, and again, we're judging these, is that I'm not saying it's not selling well, but here is my thing. Anyone who's thinking of buying these premium lights, I just always think you need multiple light sources for you to an SPS dominant tank. There's no way, I don't, and I've had this debate with friends. When you have small frags, absolutely you can have, right, a single light source.
Yeah.
Long, when stuff starts to grow and you need coverage and you need to reduce shading, you need multiple lights. You
Yep.
need multiple lights. No, no, no. I agree. They're fan. I've seen them in person.
Oh
They're
yeah,
so
they're
thin,
sexy, they're
athletically
silent. The
pleasing.
LEDs
I
are
just
recessed with
wish it
less
was a
scare.
little bit cheap. I just needed it to be a couple $100 cheaper. That's it. A couple $100. A couple $100.
Yeah. But I'm just
It's
saying, like
it.
on my tank, for instance, because it is like full of colonies, like I think I would need two for
Yeah.
proper coverage. If my tank didn't have big colonies, it'd be fine. But with them, I
Fif-
don't think I would get enough coverage with one, so I'd want two.
56. So the bigger one I think is a better value than the smaller one. See, I actually think
Mm-hmm.
the bigger one is a better value because at 56 inches, 220 watts,
Yeah.
you would need two of those to cover, let's say, 5 feet, right? That is $3,000. Then you'd need three radions to cover the same. So I would go with a Stratton then because it's sexier. It'd be a little bit more than. I would go with a Stratton because it's a little bit sexier. And although, see, this
Okay.
is no, Devin. No, hold on, Devin. I take it back. If you have, if you need to cover 5 or 6 feet, you get two Strattons
Yep.
for 3,000 for
$345 90 cents.
33. Well,
I'm
I'm doing
mathing.
US. For $3,300, you'll get two Strattons.
Yep.
You're going to get 440 watts of light. For $3,000, 2,000 less, you get three radions and you get 660 watts of light. So you get 33% more light. I'm sorry, when you start to scale, listen, aesthetically, if someone is in,
Yeah.
my LFS did an install where someone insisted on quiet and aesthetics was more important. He wanted thin. The Stratton won out, no doubt in that instance. But man, I just wish for the power. And
Mm-hmm.
then the other thing I do, the other thing is, and this is not a detriment to them. I I was hoping that the blend of LEDs were a little bit different. Now I know in Europe they run their tanks a little bit more wider than we do here in the US.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping the blend of LEDs was a little bit closer to the blue side, right?
Yep.
So you're getting 220 watts, but I think you're going to run it. You're going to turn the white LEDs down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I really have some. It's to me. It's I mentioned a bunch of things, but it's just the price. It's a couple $100. Mm,
Yep.
mm.
Mm.
Love the aesthetics.
Yeah, they're sexy.
But yeah, my wife would love these lights. I think the aesthetics it wins. Fanless it wins. Oof,
I know. They're
I know.
sexy. It's hard to justify, but they're sexy
I
looking.
know. Yeah, I know.
It's crossed my
I
mind.
just wish. Yeah, I just wish. Yeah, Reefkeeper said it's only money. I know. I know.
It's only
That thing is
money.
beautiful. That thing is beautiful.
Fish Venture. I love blades. I have two grow and two glow in a water box. Nice.
Yeah,
I do like the blades too, actually.
they do. Yeah, I see Dmitry Tumanov tanks
Oh yeah, Dimitri is like
all the
all
time.
in for
Yeah,
blades.
yes, they work.
Best
They
brand
work.
calcwaster to use.
I
Probably.
think it's.
What are you gonna say?
I use BRS.
I've used BRS. I've used Two Little Fishies. I've used Ghetto Random Brands. It's hard to say if one's better than the other. Supposedly the Captate one's really good. You know, Two Little Fishies was also a very solid one for me. But again, is there that big of a difference in them all? You know, you might get a little higher pH boost if it was like less exposed to atmosphere, different things, but it's hard to say on that one.
Greg was telling me that there's a company that makes food grade or pharmaceutical grade Kalkwasser,
Mm-hmm.
which it, but he said he bought it in like a huge bag years ago and put it in buckets. And he's been using the same, he paid like 80, $90,
Yeah.
and he's been using the same Kalkwasser now for 10 years. And he just opened the second bucket,
Oh,
which
crazy.
I think, yeah, I'm asking him which one does he use,
Mm-hmm.
but he's been using that same Kalkwasser now for 10 years. I'm like, it doesn't go bad. He's like, no. Oh, he uses Mississippi lime.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm sure the whatever price he paid for it, Dev, I'm pretty sure we cannot get it at that price anymore.
Probably not.
Not probably, definitely not.
We can't buy anything for good deals anymore. It's all gone.
Hey, I know you guys see me here, and Devin and I are talking about all this equipment. But Devin, I've been thinking about it, man. And those of you who are new reefers, you'll see us. with all the fancy stuff. But man, I don't know what my reefing would look like if I was starting reefing today because
This is
God,
true.
oh,
But this is built up
I,
over like 10 plus years of stuff, right? Like every year
you're
you're like,
looking.
oh, get a new toy, get this. Like it's not like you just start with this. I started with like super ghetto stuff and just slowly got fancy over the years.
I I also buy a ton of used stuff, and so yeah, bought a ton of used stuff. Like I just added a fourth Radeon, and I got someone was getting out of the hobby, and I got an XR30 G6 for $300, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are ways to get deals in the hobby, man. But if we were, don't look at the stuff and thinking I'm buying it brand new. It's I've been thinking about the cost of this hobby a lot, and I think it's a huge thing. So new people in the hobby are looking at us with our fancy stuff and are like, I hope no one's adding this up.
You know,
Yeah.
if any consolation, I traded Alyssa for the other auto feeder.
Yeah.
Good news you got to
It's a
do these days.
barter. It
Yeah.
is. It is. Hey, my someone broken carbon doser, Dev, and
Mm-hmm.
then I realized that, oh, it's just the box that's broken. So I'm gonna figure out a way to like fix it. No, I tested it and put it on the
It
tank.
still
It
works?
actually still work. Yes,
Dude,
because
how do you put kernels on?
frankly,
Super glue that baby.
I'm gonna basic. Listen, I love my carbon doser, but this is basically a project box.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I want to open it because then I don't know if I can reseal it. Again, you and I got to have a private conversation, but
I'll help you.
it works. It works, Dev. It works. It's just, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, yeah.
George, what is your thoughts on dosing ammonium to bare bottom low nutrient systems? That can absolutely work because that's basically turns into nitrates, right? Um, ammonium is the start of fish pee and poop and everything else that will eventually turn into nitrates. So it can definitely work. I haven't personally done it, but I know people that have, and it seemed like a solid solution. You just kind of skip a step of food breaking down.
Who's making fun of my Christmas lights? I don't have the Christmas lights anymore, man. I took those down.
Looks like they're only
Yeah.
popular in Europe, making marketing strategies in the US. Yeah. Yeah. GHL is definitely much more popular in the UK and like Europe.
hmm Reef Keeper said there's not much in there. Oh, open it up. Yeah, I just need to. Yeah,
Do it.
I am.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
then maybe glue it back together again.
There you go. And then it'll be
Yeah.
pretty and it'll work. And then you have a spare one.
Already have a spare one. Someone was getting out the hobby and was selling it for $50. So I
Oh,
already got
sweet.
spares.
Okay. I'd pick one up too if it's only $50 just to have it.
Right.
I understand. Sometimes you got
Mm-hmm.
to go for deals when they pop up. All right. Do you have to wrap her up soon ish? So if there's any other burning
Let's
questions, let me know.
Mississippi lime. Let's see if there's anything else. Love the blades. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So
The blades are cool lights, actually. I was surprised how much output they had when I was to set them on my water box. Like, I wasn't going to pull off my radions, obviously, 'cause I already had them. But if I didn't have them, I'd seriously consider them.
mhm, I do.
But I was using them
The,
as supplemental light alongside my XR15s. Again, completely overkill, but they were great for that.
the glows are more expensive than the grows.
Yeah, I would alternate them, though, if I was to do it. And just
Yeah.
add the blend. Any of your Ghanies stinging each other? Nope. So far, they're all playing relatively nicely. I had one that a torch got too close to and was stinging, but the Ghani to Ghani, so far, has been no issues.
Mhm. And who if you're going to Lyra, please stop by and say hi. Let me know. Someone said ESV, NSB. I don't remember what the question
For
is.
Kalkwasser.
Kalkwasser. Oh, um, I think I'm gonna try the ESV salt next
Hmm.
time.
I mean,
I know
I
it's
like it.
local product, but yeah, Bob
Yeah.
Stark's local.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
If
he used to.
if I could get it easily, I would, but I have to order. I've never seen it for sale in Canada. I'd have to order from the US, and I'd spend $1 billion to ship a box of salt. And kind of
Mm,
not really worth it. How can you
okay.
mitigate dino outbreak after dosing interceptor? Have not had that situation pop up.
I don't know if I've ever seen. I know I've seen a lot of people draw these straight line correlations with dinos, and I've never seen it. I've dosed interceptor before, didn't have dinos after. Um, I think you know what probably is after interceptor, you probably killed all your pod population, so you probably need to replenish it, right? It's probably something like that.
Yeah. Okay. TBJZ crawlers. What lighting recommendation would you do for a 72 by 36 by 24 SPS dominated? I would do a few Radeon XR30 Pros, but like sideways so that you're going the 36-inch route. So I'd put them not like lengthwise, we'll put them that way.
72, what's that, 6 feet?
6 feet by 3 feet. That's a freaking cool dimensions. I like it.
That is, isn't that what Greg is?
I
Greg
wish I
is
had that extra foot.
Yeah, Greg is 60. I think Greg is using 5 radions, turn front to back.
I am too, which is overkill, but 4 would
Too
probably
much
be enough.
coverage,
You could
right?
get away with 3, 4 would be optimal, I'd say.
You could start with 3 when you have small frags, but you need 4. And then as they get big and they start shading each other, that's when it comes in. I think he has 5 with blades, supplemental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that 36-inch deep dimension is awesome, by the way.
Well, that's front to back, 2 feet deep. Like that's freaking cool. Yeah, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
I love that. You have a chance to get a new tank right now. You know, that's custom for that size though. I might be getting a new same tank.
Really?
There's a newer version of the water box with like the metal stand, like the extruded aluminum stand. There's like a few things, so that may happen. And I might put the
Oh,
current one at my buddy's place.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you running your radians at 100%? I am not. I actually changed to the TIR, the narrow lenses, which are more similar to the Gen 4 lenses. And then I lowered the percentage on my light. So let me drop them by like 15% or something like that. So
Okay.
it was less heat, less power to get roughly the same par. But it took the lights from like, that spread to, more like that spread. So it was less light spill and less power. Now, it is not as good for bouncing light off the glass and like lighting the underside of the corals. That's the one downfall from it. But it is a lot more similar to like the Gen 4 lenses for getting a little more punch out of them and not requiring as high of a percentage.
Okay.
Yep.
I just have to take them down and do it, which I don't want to do.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Go custom. No, custom would take way too long. The last custom tank took like 6 months plus. This is all happening over the next month or so. There's flooring slabs on the floor trying to decide what color and what to do.
Elisa said she's going to set up a roller mat. So which one are you going?
The Red Sea, the big one, 1200 G2.
Oh, she's going for Red Sea. Well, Elisa, she's going for the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Roller mat.
Yeah.
You said that really quickly. Is there something?
Yeah, I know exactly what she's doing.
Was that the trade? Was that the trade?
I know exactly what she's doing.
Was that the trade?
It may have been, yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna send Elisa a text. Greg bought 2 bags in 2004, still using them.
Yep.
For $40 each. So he spent $80 for 2 bags. 2004, and he's always a heavy Kalkwasser user. So
that's
there you go.
Going the distance. That's a good investment.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Roller. Hold on. I have something to send to Elisa.
Extra filter rollers?
Filter rolls. Filter rolls. Oh, yes. I'm going to send it to Elisa. I know someone. I got to hook up someone who sells aftermarket Red Sea rolls.
There you go. You got the future hookup.
Yep, in whatever micron you want.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I must wrap her up. Got a family dinner time, but thanks for hanging out today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed our random reef banter of the evening. And yeah, if there's any other questions or stuff you want us to do for like actual topics on future streams, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, we would do the random reef banter and see what rabbit holes we go down. Dedicated reefer, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Much
Yep.
appreciated.
Hey, Jared, I'm reefing with O on Instagram. So if you want the connect or you want more info, just hit me up there.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
Yep.
guys. Have a
All right.
wonderful evening.